dear United States government or Trump or whoever, I just want to bring to y'all's attention, me and my wife, we make we're in the middle class, right? Lower to middle class. And we have 2 kids that are under 2 years old. We both work full time, which is the problem, actually. I'll get to that. But we have been getting quoted around $3,000 per month to watch our kids in daycare. And our mortgage is almost half of that. And so basically we're left with about, $1,500 to pay the rest of our bills and feed our family. And guess what? We don't qualify for any benefits or anything like that because we make too much. It's the worst predicament I've ever seen in my life. What are we supposed to do? Honestly, I'm not trying to come off rude or anything, but I just don't understand how it's like this. We need some help, dude. Anyways, can someone fix this or something?
So tell me, how did the government acquire the earth, and why do we have to pay to live here? Nobody bought or built the earth, and none of us signed a contract agreeing to pay rent for being born here. Yet somehow, the moment we arrive, almost everything we need to survive comes with a price tag. Land costs money, a home costs money, food costs money, water costs money, energy costs money. And if you don't have enough money, you could lose access to the very things required to live. But take a look at the sky. Nobody owns the clouds. Nobody gets a monthly bill for sunlight. The air doesn't belong to a corporation. Nature already continuously provides the fundamental ingredients of life without sending us an invoice. So at what point did something that was naturally available to everyone become something that we have to purchase access to? The real question shouldn't be how much does it cost to live. The real question should be why did we build a system where simply existing requires payment? Because living on Earth shouldn't feel like a subscription service to a planet that was here long before any of us.
I legit just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to get up in the morning, and I don't want to go to work, and I don't want to talk to people, and I don't want to put everything together for the house, and I don't want to make dinner, and I don't want to do the dishes, and I don't want to have to fold all this laundry, and I don't want to have to clean my room, and I don't want to have to clean the living room, and I don't want to have to clean up after everybody else whenever it's just me and my babies. I just don't want to. I don't want to do the rat race anymore. I don't want to go to the grocery store. The grocery store is just absolute social cluster. It drains my battery just walking into the store. It drains my battery to get in the car and drive to work. It drains my battery to have a conversation with anybody other than 2 people. There are 2 people in my life that I can talk to for ever, and it never drained my battery. And there's one of them that I don't talk to anymore. I am so tired. I am tired of life and life out of me. I want peace, and I want stability, and I want somebody to do that with. But I don't want to settle for anybody, just anybody, because not everyone's going to get me, and that's okay. That's all right. I don't need somebody to get me. I need to get myself. But I'm so tired.
I'm burnt out, and so is everyone that I know. I don't think I've properly rested in the last couple of years. And the thing that's really starting to hit me is I'm starting to hear it in everyone that I know. At work, there's always been this running joke, and it's been like this ever since I started in construction. Somebody will do something, and, you'll joke that they'll get in trouble, and then you say, I hope they fire me. I could only be so lucky. But it was always a joke. But nowadays, when people say it, it really doesn't seem like a joke. People want to be fired these days, I swear, just so that they can have some form of reprieve and they can relax in a way. But because everybody knows they can't quit. Everybody knows they have to keep going. It's like we're in a hamster wheel and there's no slowing down. You can try, but normally most people have enough bills. If you have a kid, wife, all sorts of things, they all add up.
I'm not done, bro. And what the fuck do I look like putting a 2-week notice in when you can fire me right then and there? No ifs, ands, or buts. No. The only way I would put a 2-week notice in the job is if I really fuck with the job, I fuck with managers, and you know what I'm saying, I found something better. I found something that accommodate to my needs, and I just let them know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like, I hate to do this, but, you know, I'm leaving, so I'm putting my 2 weeks in. Be here for 2 weeks, but these be my last 2 weeks. Only way. Most cases, that's not the case. So what the fuck do I look like letting you know in advance that I'm finna leave? Because time I let you know in advance that I'm finna leave, you finna replace me right now. Right then and there, you finna try to replace me. Hell, you probably gonna tell me to not even come back. It's really crazy how some bosses really envy you that you leaving the fucking job. When you clock out, you forget about work. You don't own this building. You're not the CEO. So why the fuck you so mad and so jealous that I'm finna go somewhere else? You trying to come with me, dumbass?
I did it. I paid the $435. I submitted the forms. I did it. I did it. I did it. I don't have to go back.
Started the goddamn job to be financially fucking stable. Now I'm financially unstable and mentally unstable, okay? Both of them together. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is I'm fucking tired. Fuck!
Ain't nobody understanding this. But I don't know what it is. But work ain't for me. For a year and a half, I have placed applications, been on interviews. I have done it all. And no jobs want to hire me. Ever since my injury at Work in America, that was my last main job, Work in America. Haven't nobody hired me nowhere. I don't know if I'm red flagged or what, but I have been everywhere. I have done applications after applications, interviews after interviews, and I have not got not nan job. Not one. I don't know what is going on, but I don't know. And everybody keeps saying, oh, we hiring. No, the fuck you not. Then give me a job then, bitch. Give me a job. Let me not go through the process that I've been going through for a year and a half. Just give me the job. And I'll come to work. Tired.
Someone tell me why. That every single time you reach some type of the most minimalistic financial stability, and you think for just the slightest second, you're like, I worked really hard. I can spoil myself. Just a smidge. Getting myself a couple sweet treats. A new pair of jeans. God forbid, going to see a movie. Only to find out, actually, you know what? Your car is broken down. You now need to pay some type of fine from whatever you don't even know about. A medical bill just came out of someone's fucking ass. And on top of that, you're actually screwed. So you actually now have no money, no savings anymore, no money in your checking. You actually have, apparently, you owe debt to charity too.
Your landlord wants to tax your paycheck now. Landlords have unlocked a brand new DLC pack for capitalism. They're now charging some tenants an extra monthly fee, wait for it, to work from home. Wait a minute, but I already pay rent here. Now, landlords are saying they want to charge an extra fee because you're sitting at home all day working and you never leave the house. And they say it causes more wear and tear on their property. At some point, y'all gonna have a breathing oxygen fee, a looking out of the window fee, and you walk too much in your own apartment fee. It's like buying a ticket to an all-you-can-eat buffet, but then you get charged extra because you're eating all you want. This is what happens when every single thing becomes another opportunity to squeeze money out of people. So let me ask y'all something. Does your apartment complex charge a work-from-home fee? And if they started charging that fee tomorrow, would you pay it? Or would that be the deal breaker? Let's talk about it.
Hey, what's up, America? Well, we're boycotting Walmart. So this boycott is being led by Jimmy Rigg. You know, the guy that called out Walmart for selling underweight products. I know you've seen those videos. You know, where he goes in and buys a pound of meat, takes it home and weighs it, and he proves that Walmart is short selling you on products. Yes, he's leading a boycott of Walmart starting August 28th, going through September 3rd. That's right, we're boycotting Walmart August 28th through September 3rd. One, because of ripping off the American people selling underweight products. Two, because of digital price tags, and of course people that'll eventually be fired and lose hours because of that. And of course, as you know, Walmart refusing to give benefits to people, purposely setting their hours at a level where you don't get benefits. All of those things. But I'm gonna tag Jimmy in this video. You need to go check out his page, go follow him. And let's make this boycott of Walmart massive. Fuck Walmart. If you sell a pound of bacon, I expect there to be a goddamn pound of fucking meat. Even if it's just 0.90, you're ripping me off on every single purchase from your establishment. Fuck you. So I hope this costs Walmart $10 billion. Let's get this done.
I want to talk about the experience that I just completed with a company, because it was truly one of the worst experiences I've ever had with trying to get hired somewhere. So this company, you know what, I'll just say it, it's Fanatics. This company, they pushed me through the interviews super fast. Like I've done 3 interviews in 2 weeks. I've met with like the top manager for this position. The top manager starts talking to me about like, oh, you know, like, so when would you be able to start? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm getting married end of June. Keep in mind, this is the middle of June. I'm like, well, I'm getting married at the end of June, so like after that would be great. And she goes, oh, July 6th then would be a good starting date after you get married, and then you can have a few days. And I was like, oh yeah, like July 6th would be great. And then she goes, all right, cool. Like we're just gonna interview a few more people to do our due diligence, but like, we really like you. And I'm like, slay, like thanks for giving me a start date. Like love that. They then ghost me for 5 weeks. I'm emailing being like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're just interviewing some people. Like, we'll get back to you soon. We'll get back to you soon. Like, they're giving me the runaround. And I am like, what is going on here? Because keep in mind, I have no job. And I really want a job because I need money. The manager calls me on the phone and is like, hey, are you still interested? Keep in mind now, it has been 6 weeks since I interviewed with her last and had the very positive experience where she gave me a start date. Hey, are you still interested? And I'm like, yeah, I've been emailing, asking. Okay, well, we'll have a decision by the end of this week. Okay. Middle of that week comes. This is now 6 weeks after my last interview. I get an email from the recruiter HR person, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna call you. They call me and they say, you know, we're gonna go with someone else. Huh? What? Fine, whatever. I was pissed, but I was like, you know what, whatever. You know, like, you obviously didn't like me that much, even though you gave me a start date and you told me how much you liked me and you kept trying to keep me on the line. Whatever. You know, I was mad, but I was like, okay, let it go. Move on. Keep applying to jobs. Now, a week ago, Keep in mind, this is now 2 months after I originally was doing all of the interviewing with them and like contacting them for, like when I was first talking with them. It's been 2 months. I get an email from HR. Hey, can I call you? Sure, queen. Go ahead. We get on the call. Hey, so we're opening up 2 more positions and we'd love to give you an offer for one of them. Okay, cool. You know what? Yeah, fine. Sounds great. Okay, great. We're gonna have a meeting on Monday and we'll finalize all of the details and then send you over the offer. Sounds amazing, right? Totally slay. Over the weekend, I'm like, yes, I have a job. Like, I'm telling people, like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm gonna get my offer on Monday. Like, they put me through a lot, but like, at least I'm getting an offer. Like, you know, whatever. Making jokes about how, like, haha, like the company is like spitting in my face, but like, whatever, as long as they pay me. Joking, ha ha ha. Yesterday, I get an email that says, hey, we're having our meeting today. I'll let you know what happens. And I'm like, okay, great. After the meeting happens, I get an interview, or not an interview. I get an email that says, oh, sorry, girl. We're actually moving the location of this job and we're not offering relocation, so we actually can't send you an offer. Huh? Why did you call me then and tell me that I had an offer? It's also been 2 months since we originally were talking. Huh? And now I have nothing? Make it make sense. It feels illegal. It's not, but it feels super illegal. And yeah, super mad. Fanatics hate you, and you ruined merch for basically every single sport that you've been involved in. So I'm still looking for a job. Please hire me. As long as you don't treat me like that, I won't do this and talk about your company. All right, cool, thanks.
I'm gonna make some of you mad. I don't care. I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to Walmart. Once a year, I might have to get something from Walmart in an emergency. That just happened to me. Can I just tell you, Walmart is not a store anymore. Walmart's a third world country with self-checkout lanes. You don't run into Walmart, you enter Walmart. There's a huge difference. You walk in looking for toothpaste, and somehow you're crossing 3 international borders. You witness a regime change in electronics, and you get caught in a humanitarian crisis over by the rotisserie chicken. Walmart doesn't need a greeter. They need an embassy worker. Welcome to Walmart. Keep your passport on you at all times. Don't drink the water, and if you hear yelling near customer service, do not make eye contact. I pull in the parking lot. I swear there's an antenna that draws the crazy in. I feel like the State Department should have sent me a text message warning me that I'm entering a high-risk area to avoid large crowds, maintain situational awareness, and have an evacuation plan. Well, there is no evacuation plan because the exit is blocked by somebody on a mobility scooter towing a second cart with a 96-pack of Mountain Dew and a kiddie pool and 1 loose watermelon rolling around on the bottom. And somehow, no matter what time I go, there's always that one dude walking around in pajama pants who looks like he's been living there since the Clinton administration. You don't leave Walmart thinking, well, I got what I went in there for. You walk out of Walmart now thinking, thank God I got out of there. I made it. Kiss the pavement, call your family, say I'm back on American soil. It's bad. I don't care if it makes you mad, but I ain't going back to Walmart. I love you. God bless you. There you go.
When I tell you this fucking world is a goddamn scam, I'm so fucking irritated. And I can only be irritated at myself, right? Last night, I left my trunk open and my hazards on, so my car fucking died. Okay, cool. My key fob would not let me in my vehicle, okay? I opened the bottom of this bitch. There's no key in there. It's hollow. Okay, cool. Whatever. I had to call a locksmith to get my car unlocked for $120 fucking dollars, okay? To get my car unlocked. I then get my car started and all the things because it was dead because I left my hazards on overnight. I get in my car and my dashboard is saying keyless entry, see dealership. What do? I call the dealership. Dumb me, yeah. Why would you call the dealership? Okay, I call the dealership. These motherfuckers tell me, come up here, go to service, see if they have availability, And if they have availability, they'll be able to fit you in. I asked for the quote. The man was like, well, you got to come up here. For you to quote me how much it is going to be for you to pair my shit back, my same key fob, just to pair back to my car, I got to come up there. I said, can you transfer me to service? That's not how it works. Why? If I'm calling, I said, I live 45 minutes away from that fucking dealership. You want me to drive there for a potential appointment? They might not even have time to see me today. And then he told me, well, you can make an appointment for tomorrow if they don't have anything for you today. Bitch, you want me to drive 45 minutes and then they tell me, oh, we don't have nothing today and come back tomorrow? I don't know what the fuck y'all do in y'all's lives, but baby, I'm too busy for that shit. And I ain't even that goddamn busy, but I'm not coming back 2 days in a row. So I hang up on them, bitch. I call another Honda dealership. Young man helped me. I appreciate it. And I had to tell him, you have a blessed day. This motherfucker told me that the key fob was $130. The key, the physical key that goes in that motherfucker was $70. Then tells me that there's a programming fee of $199. I said, okay, all of that, does any of that include labor? He was like, nah, I got to get you over to service for that. I told him, I said, baby, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Be blessed and have a great day. Go.
Does anyone else, now that you're in your 50s, think differently? Like things that used to really be important to you, you just don't care about. Things that you never cared about are really important to you. I find myself some days waking up being just all happy and excited, and then other days I wake up and I'm like, what have I done with my life? What am I doing? I don't know. Can anybody relate?
No, I'm literally appalled because I just got detained in Walmart over a freaking steak. So I just did my grocery shopping like I normally do at Walmart, and I go straight to the self-checkout. I scan like 3 items, and this lady just fastly approaches me, and she's like, you didn't scan that. And I was like, yes, I did. A video popped up on the screen, and it showed me literally scanning it. So she starts pulling my little couple of items out of the bag and like going through every single one of them, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, you did scan it. So I kind of had an attitude because don't be coming up to me accusing me of something when I literally just scanned all my stuff. So I go ahead and I pay for my stuff, I get my receipt, and I'm walking out the door. As I'm walking out, I could already tell something wasn't right because a bunch of people were by the door talking on walkie-talkies, and this man comes up to me and he's like, can I see your receipt? So I hand the receipt over, but I still have an attitude from what the lady just did to me, and he starts going through my bags in the grocery cart. I'm like, is there a problem? He's like, yeah, you didn't pay for this steak. I was like, yes, I did. That lady just was over there, said I didn't scan it, then said I did, and then I paid for it. So he starts handing me the receipt, and he's like, show me where it says you paid for a steak. I'm like, first of all, I don't like your attitude. I did pay for the steak. I saw it scanned. The lady saw it scanned, and then I paid for it. So what's the problem? So at this point, the people start coming out of that little side door, you know, where they pull you in there, the loss prevention people or whatever. They're like, can you come in this room? And I haven't done anything wrong. I paid for every single thing that's on my receipt. I paid for the steak. I don't know why the receipt is not showing that there's a steak on there, but it scanned. The lady saw it scanned. So let's get her over here and let's show that I paid for my steak. At this point, there's like 3 people pressuring me to go inside this room. I don't want to go in that room because I know that I paid for my stuff. So yes, I'm putting up resistance because you're not going to take me in that room and try to like accuse me of something that I didn't do. Then another lady comes out and she's like, we're just going to call the sheriff's office. I told her, I said, go ahead and call the sheriff's office. I'll stand right here and wait for them to get here. So I kid you not, the police must have already been in the parking lot because they got there in less than 5 minutes. They immediately come in and they're like, okay, we need to take you into this room so that we could talk to you and we don't want to embarrass you. And I'm like, embarrass me? I haven't done anything wrong. Y'all are causing a big embarrassment over someone who's innocent. Of course, now that the police are involved, I go into the room because I don't want to get arrested, and I know in the back of my mind I haven't done anything. So I'm like, okay, I'll go into the room with the police. They take me in there. They start going through all my stuff. The Walmart employees had like this little machine where they scanned my receipt, and then they started scanning each and every item to see which ones I paid for and which ones I didn't. So then we get to the magic item, which was the steak. They scan the receipt and they scan the steak. It pops up and it says that it was paid paid for. And I'm like, I told you, I knew I paid for it. The lady even came over there and verified that I paid for it. At this point, the police officer was like, pull up the footage so we can see what happened. They pull it up on a computer. They see where I scanned every item. They see where the employee came up to me and had me rescan and was like looking at my stuff and looking all in the bags and all that stuff. And they were like, oh, she did pay for it. It just must be a glitch with the machine. So basically after that, the officer was like apologizing profusely. And I'm like, so what are we going to do now? Because if it would have been the other way around, you would have took me to jail. So now that I didn't do anything and you just inconvenienced me and embarrassed me in front of all them people, what are we going to do now? So as I'm sitting there going back and forth with the employees and the police officer, the store manager comes in. He's like, well, what we can do, we can offer you a gift card. A gift card? How much is a gift card? So I left out of Walmart with $1,000 gift card as long as I agreed not to press charges, but I'm still going to press charges.
I think I'm almost done with eating out. Every time we do, I feel like I'm just underwhelmed by the food, and I am overwhelmed by how much it costs. Hayes was craving a cheeseburger, so we went to Five Guys, which maybe this is a thing, but I had no idea. 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, and 2 shakes, which we didn't even want the shakes. The lady basically bullied us into the shakes. We both told her no, and she just kept on it. Oh, you need a shake, you need a shake, you gotta get a shake, you can't hear. Like, lady, are you working on commission or what? You know, like, I'm all in for helping somebody out, but no, we don't want to shake, especially on the gut fest that I'm about to embark on now. I didn't want to shake, but guess what? Guess who got a shake? 2 shakes, Oreo and Oreo cream, please. Anyway, $70. $70? What? I had no idea, and it wasn't even good. It literally was not even good. I swear it was Cheese Whiz on there. I couldn't even see the meat because of all of the cheese. I swear it was spray cheese, or it was Cheese Whiz, something crazy. It wasn't good at all. Not at all. Never again.
If I can give you any advice, pay that car off and don't go get another car note. Okay? The best thing I ever did was pay off my car loan. And then every car after that I bought with cash, and I still have my paid off car. And I will never get a car note again. That was one of the worst loans I could have been in, because a car loses its value over time. My car note was high as shit. My interest rate was high as shit. And I had a foreign car. So the parts was high as shit. The oil change was high as shit. The maintenance was high as shit. And it's like, if I can give you any advice, pay off your debt. Do not go getting any more loans. Use your simple car. All you have is your rent, your light, your gas, food. And I promise you gonna have money left in the bank, boo. Don't.
Somebody make this make sense for me. A 2-liter bottle of Coke is $2.48, and then this little tiny bottle that's a quarter the size is 40 cents more. And for those of you that are gonna say, well, you're paying for the convenience, you're paying because it's cold. Nope, this drink was just sitting on the shelf. Whole bunch of them. 40 cents more.
You know what I've noticed? Outside is expensive. And I know it's true, because usually when I go to the store, I don't care how much nothing costs. I will do whatever it takes to get it. But lately when I go shopping, I be like, I gotta think about that before I swipe this card. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And it makes me kind of sad, because I like nice things, and these price increases are getting in the way of that. Gas is going up, groceries are going up, eating out is going up, even water is going up. The stores are getting weekly promotions while our paychecks are not. It's like pretty soon we're not going to be able to survive, because the struggle is real. And to all you people who voted Trump because you thought he was going to make everything better, thanks for nothing.
One bank executive said 60% of her customers aren't paying their mortgage right now. Combine that with the crisis in cars and trucks, where the average trade-in right now has $7,000 of negative equity from people overpaying during the pandemic. And not to mention, home foreclosures this year are up 21%. And they were already through the roof in 2025 and rising in 2024. So to be up that much, and I've got some friends still in the car business, they go to the auctions and that kind of thing, and they say it is a apocalypse there. Cars stacked on top of each other because the banks won't sell them cheap enough to get rid of them because they're over leveraged than them. And even though they had to repo the vehicle, they are still in the truck or car for too much money. Every part of our financial system is over leveraged right now, from human being to bank to everything in between. 60% aren't paying their mortgage right now. I mean, let's take a poll right now. If you're using forbearance or anything to defer your mortgage right now, comment in the chat. There ain't no judging here. And you never know, you may not feel so alone, but something is certainly up.
People have felt. People are starting to give up. They feel like no matter what they do, it doesn't seem to matter. So they're done participating in the system because it seems like the system wasn't cut out for them. They try to figure out solutions, and it seems like the more and more they try to figure out solutions, the bigger the problem. And that's a crazy situation when you're living in America because times are difficult. So what do you do? And a lot of people say you can change it, but it seems like the change that you're hoping and wishing for, the change will never come. And that's why so many people feel discouraged, even when they're trying to apply for a job. Jobs are not the same. The same job that you thought you could get, it seems like it's impossible. And that's the crazy part about this situation because times have changed. The world is getting different each and every day. And Americans are just losing hope. That's why they're starting to lose interest in everything. Because nothing's exciting anymore. Nothing seems fun. Everything is a constant repeat cycle each and every day. It's like you're always stuck in survival mode. When do you never be in survival mode? Everybody's in survival mode all the time. And that's not healthy to live like that. Because when you think about your next dollar all the time, it drives you insane. And that's the sad part about the situation because it's like all the things we were told not to worry about, we're starting to worry about it the most. And I know you should try to take your mind off things, but that's easier said than done because some people can't help it. It's just innate nature. Worrying about the next dollar, where you're going to spend it at. Do you even have money in your account? Because a lot of Americans don't. Most of us are living from check to check for years. And the more and more we realize this, the better off we'll be. Because a lot of people are saying prepare for the future. But what does the future hold? That's what people are trying to figure out. What if this future we're preparing for never lightens up? What if it continues to get dark each and every year? So that's why I say, and based on your income, it's not much. And that's the sad part. Something's got to change. And that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel about this one. Share it in the comments. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.